Hi everyone. Right, I have just packed up the car and me and Ava are off home. It is Saturday. I've been on my own since Wednesday and I had absolutely zero plans Wednesday through to Sunday. So I haven't seen anyone for like 3 days, and my mum was like, what are you doing this weekend? I was like, nothing. And she was like, do you want to come home? And I was like, maybe. And then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I'm literally doing nothing. Today I'd just be walking the dog, going to the gym, doing work, like all the same things. So I was like, well, I might as well just go home and have fun, go see my family. So that's what I'm doing, just going for one night. I'm gonna come back tomorrow night, so I'll be there just over 24 hours, which will be nice. But yeah, I need to get there and I need to fill up with fuel. Fuel is so blooming expensive, but never mind, let's go. We've arrived. Ava gets so excited. Go on in. Straight to the front door, and she'll start pouring at the door as well to let her in. Luke just arrived at the same time as me with Crumpet. So excited. All the dogs together. Ava off. What have you got? Ava? She's got a ball. Mum's made a lovely cake for us for our arrival. You're the perfect housewife.
I thought you were going to say you're the perfect mum.
You're the perfect. You are.
Perfect house mum.
House mum.
I say we're the perfect housewife.
Yeah, the perfect house mum.
And?
Sorry about that.
Yeah. He's just a bit possessive.
Alright, there we go.
Thank you.
No, the little four.
That was a lovely catch up. Luke has gone back home with Crumpet now because he's got some marking to do. And me, Mum and Dad are having lunch outside. We've got leftovers. So I've got, Mum and Dad cooked this pesto pasta with some vegetarian sausages. So I've got that. They've also got some leftover stir fry that I think Mum's having. And so Dad's having a cheese sandwich. We're all having something different. Anyway, I'm so glad I came back. Now I'm here, I'm like, oh, it's so relaxing. I can't wait tonight just to get my PJs on and watch TV with Mum and Dad. And this is the lovely flowers over here. Come on then, Gary. Got your cheese sandwich? Mmm. Love it. Very nice. Right, me and Dad have just come to the dump. We've got some stuff to drop off. A smelly bone. They put a lamb bone in the bin and then all the maggots have gathered and it absolutely honks. So now it's gonna honk at the dump. Disgusting. Oh. Right, here we go, this one. Gross. My hands smell of rotting flesh. What's that? Gloves.
Well, that would have been handy to have known before. So I thought there's some whites in there.
Here? Yes.
Yeah, there's not, they may be dry. There's another patch.
Okay, thank you.
Keep those to run them out the side.
It's not the most thrilling of vlog content, but
Washing your hands.
yeah. The dump is also near, well, there's a BMW garage nearby, and it's coming towards the end of the term on my Mini next year, and so I'm starting to look at what car I might get next. And one of the cars I like is a BMW X3. It's a lot bigger than a Mini, because the Mini is just too small for me now. So we're gonna go have a look, because I've never seen one in person, just to see if I like it, but it's probably too expensive, and I don't need one right now, but just getting ahead of myself. You've had BMWs, I mean, this is a BMW. You like them?
Yeah, I didn't like the one I had in 2006 very much, but this one has been wonderful. This is the best car I've ever had.
Oh wow. Because you were Audi, weren't you? You were Team Audi, and then...
Yeah, it was Audi. Now BMW, Audi, then BMW, then Audi again, and now back to BMW.
They've got a Mini garage as well, because it's owned by BMW, but let's go and look at the BMW, because I've grown out of the Mini. Okay.
X1.
That's not bad, actually. That's a lot. I saw some online for 60k. I was like, I cannot afford that. What's that, X1 you said?
That's X1. Reasonable size.
It is. That's what I need. I need 5 doors and a boot that Ava can go in the boot instead of going on the seat next to me.
X2, well, imagine would be bigger.
25. That's literally 5k more than what my Mini was. So it's not a lot. Yeah, this is the X5, I think, and it's a lot bigger than the X3. But I don't think I need one this big.
46,000 miles. That's 407.
I'm just settling down to read some magazines. I bought a whole bunch with me that I need to catch up on. Period Living, 2 Men's Health, 2 House and Garden. I need to get through them. I've got a whole backlog of magazines, and I'm thinking of getting a subscription to an online magazine company where you get it all on your iPad for a set monthly fee, because this is just a lot of paper. But yeah, very nice. It's very hot today, but I cannot cope in the sun. Neither can Ozzy. It is blooming hot today, and sitting in the sun, I sat in the shade, as you saw. Sitting in the shade has been really lovely, reading my magazines, but I realised I've only done 2,000 steps today, and I want to do a minimum of 10,000, hopefully more. So I've come on a little walk. Ava is just playing around with Oscar, so I figured I won't bring her for a walk. She'll prefer to play with Ozzy, and Ozzy's already had his walk today, so it's just me. But I also thought, as suggested by my dad, I could have a walk down to the Audi garage that's near us and just have a look at some of the Audis. So I'm going to go and do that, and I thought I'll bring you guys along with me. Yeah, just to explain a bit more about the car stuff. My Mini comes to an end, so I got my Mini on a contract, and that comes to an end May next year. And the way it is in the UK, I don't know if this is sort of globally, but there is a real car shortage, new car shortage, to the extent where, so I've also been looking at Range Rovers, and I inquired about a brand new one, and it would take 52 weeks from placing an order to receiving the car, a full year. And I was like, that's ridiculous. So the way forward, if you want a car sooner than that, you really have to get a used car. That works fine for me, because actually I don't really want a brand new car. I think that you pay so much for it and it loses value immediately. And yeah, affordability wise, getting a used car is much more affordable. So that said, I'm not looking at an old car. I'll probably only look for cars that are like 3 years old maximum. Hopefully like 2-3 years old would be sort of my max. So yeah, but again, I don't really know what I want. All I know is I want 5 doors rather than 3, because mine currently is 3 doors. Don't know why they involve the boot or the trunk as a door. Anyway, I want 5 doors. I want it to be big. I want it to have a big boot. At the moment, if I put anything like a suitcase in my boot, I have to put the back seats down. I don't want to do that. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm settling on. A bigger car, but a bigger car means more expensive, so we'll see. Here we go. I'm a little bit nervous and embarrassed to walk around, and I don't want anyone to come and ask me if I need help, because I don't want help. But I think I just need to do it. Here we go. So these are what I'm looking at. The Q, this is a Q2, so that's actually smaller than what I was thinking. Let's have a look. These ones are better. Q3, this is what I was imagining. Something just a little bit bigger. Get to these big expensive ones. I think this is, yeah, Q5, which I would love. The bigger the better for me. However, I do not need one this big at all. It would just be nice to have. Right, well, I didn't stick around long. I was worried that someone would come out and talk to me, and so I went to that garage. When I got my Mini, or before I got my Mini, I was looking at Minis and Audi A1s, which firstly, crazy how that in, 2.5 years later, there's no way I'd have an Audi A1 or a Mini again. They're just too small. Like at the time, it was absolutely fine. I didn't have a dog. I didn't have a lot of stuff. I just wanted a little car to run around London in. Now I'm doing journeys up and down the country, and I've got a dog, I've got lots of things. So I want a bigger car, and it's crazy how that's changed in 2.5 years. But anyway, at the time, I remember I got really put off that Audi garage, because I went to test drive an Audi A1, and they were, firstly, you can't see me. Firstly, they tried to upsell me on everything, and they were like, what about this? What about an Audi A2? What about this? And I was like, no, I just want a basic small car. Also, the difference in sales technique, when I told the Mini garage that I was considering an Audi, they were like, oh, Audis are great, and like they'd be good for this, this and this, but maybe a Mini's more suited to you because of this. Like, they obviously were biased towards Mini, but they acknowledged that Audi were really good. And I remember when I test drove an Audi and I said I was thinking of a Mini, they were like, Mini are rubbish, you should never get a Mini because of da 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 And I was like, I don't respond to that sort of sales technique. I would have responded so much kinder to Audis if they were like, Minis are fantastic little cars, and they're just make it up. Just give credit where credit's due. Don't like try and bash your competitors. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I have no idea what I want. I think I am erring more towards the BMW, but I think those Audis seemed like they were more reasonably priced than the BMWs, which is odd because I always thought Audi was way more expensive than BMW, but they looked a bit more reasonable, but they also look smaller. So yeah, I don't really know. Anyway, it's not a decision I have to make right away. I've always wanted an Audi Q series car, like the big ones, even since I was like, I think like 12, 13 years old. I remember seeing the Q7 and being like, oh my gosh, I want a Q7. But nowadays I'm like, I do still like them. I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not a car person. All I'm going based on is size, affordability, and how pretty it is. So that's it. Also, another reason for getting a bigger car that I didn't mention is age. I find getting in and out of a Mini, Minis are very low down, and I just find it more hard on my lower back. I feel like I need a bigger car just to be more comfortable. But I'm only 30, but yeah, I just feel like my body is slowly breaking down. So I just need to cater for that by getting a more comfortable car. That said, when I went past the Mini garage today, I was like, oh my gosh, I love them. I love them so much. And I'm like, oh, it makes me really sad because I do love Mini. I learned to drive in a Mini. My parents had 2 Minis. I've had a Mini. Like, I just love the brand so much. But I just think for me at this stage of my life, it's not practical. But I can imagine me getting a Mini one day later down the line as a little run around, like having a bigger car for like the bigger journeys and then a Mini for all my smaller journeys. Back from my walk, and Dad, is this Dad or Mum?
Dad.
Dad has made a homemade pizza. Look at that, that looks incredible. And some pasta. What's in the pasta?
It's blue cheese, roasted red peppers and roasted garlic.
Oh, yum. Pizza and, pizza and pasta and salad. Probably the best dinner ever. Right, some of you may remember that when I was doing my chair DIY in that video, I mentioned that my parents were going to have their living room done and we were painting colours on the walls, and then I said to you, well, that's not my project to show, so back on with the chair. Anyway, their living room is pretty much done now, and I just asked Mum if she minds me showing you guys, and she said, no, go ahead. So I just thought I would show you. So the main difference is, I mean, firstly, the furniture. Mum and Dad have bought a new 3-piece suite. This love seat is actually massive. It doesn't show on camera, but it is huge. Look at that. Oh, the TV's just turned on. Sorry, there's no particular order to this room tour. That's a Sky Glass TV. And there's no wires. It's amazing. It comes on automatically when you walk in the living room. So yeah, they've got the new sofas, a brand new plush carpet, which is lovely, a new fireplace. They had a dado rail all the way around the room, which they took off. Got a lovely mirror here, new tables, new lamps, new curtains over here. And the things that aren't finished is that firstly, Mum and Dad have ordered a shutter to go here, but the shutter won't arrive until next month or August or something. So yeah, that will look lovely. And then in terms of stuff on the walls, Mum would like to get a gallery wall full of photos and prints and things here, so she told me to make you aware of that. Also, the ceiling has been smoothed over and new light fixtures, so yeah, it is looking lovely in here. It definitely feels way more up to date, and it's just really nice. And this wall is called Peignoir, I think, which is a slight pinky grey, and the rest of the walls are an off-white. But yeah, that is the living room. Mum and Dad have actually bought some throws that go all over these sofas for when the puppies come over. So when Ava's here, when Crumpet's here, my brother's dog, because they want to protect the sofas. Because normally Mum and Dad have gone for leather sofas because they're more hard wearing, you can wipe them clean. So they were like, this time we're not going to get leather sofas, but we need to protect them from the dogs. So I'm sure in a minute Mum will whack out the throws to put on the sofa so that Ava can come in. Right, I found the throws. Ava already jumped on the sofa, but just don't tell my parents. Look how stunning that looks. Ava, come on in. Good girl. They don't need them for Ozzy because Ozzy's a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah. Guys, that is the end of the vlog. It's so hot. It's just not stopping. This heat wave is continuing. I actually read an article. It was something like, for example, why 30 degrees centigrade is hotter in the UK than 30 degrees centigrade abroad. And it was like, because of the humidity where we are, that we get like, of an evening, the temperatures do not drop. They like stay the same, which is like a tropical climate. Plus, obviously, the obvious one, we don't have AC. And also because our houses are built to keep heat in, not out. So like, especially, it's hot down here, but especially when you go upstairs, all the windows are open, everything. But as soon as you go upstairs, the heat just intensifies. And I'm like, why won't the heat leave? But it's because I live in a Victorian house that is designed to keep heat in. So, ridiculous. Anyway, I'm not going to complain about that, but what I will complain about, that mine and Lucy's fridge and freezer has broken on the hottest week of the year. So, as you can see, the light's still on. That's just all warm in there. The freezer is completely defrosted and not working. So our neighbours have lent us cool bags and ice packs. So in here we've got all sorts. I don't really want to let too much cold air out, but I've got like some yogurt in there. We've got some meat with loads of ice packs. Tomorrow we have an engineer coming out to look at the fridge and freezer. I hope they can fix it. If they can't, then that's just going to be a whole nother expense of buying a brand new fridge freezer, which is annoying because I wanted to like get a new fridge freezer when we redo the kitchen, not now. But anyway, never mind. Thank you guys for watching. I have memberships available on this channel and I've had an influx of about 30 new members. So if that's you, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. There's a members only video coming later this week as well, so stay tuned for that. And our members only live stream is coming up in the next 10 days, I think. So yeah, make sure you're there for that. If you want to become a member, you can click join next to subscribe and it will give you the options. But if not, that's fine. There's loads of free content on here for you to watch. But yeah, thank you for watching. I need to have a cold shower because I'm too hot. Goodbye.